I'm going to do an insight video today, and I've just been sort of connecting in to this sense of eternal self, eternal truth, eternal wisdom, eternal vibrations, eternal frequencies, and they're very much talking about, again, like I was just like connecting in. I was thinking about the masters, I was thinking about the that they've been connected into this infinite vibration, this eternal self, which is this eternal moment, which is the connection, the alignment to the source energy that's vibrating and is creation in all things. And it's like this, it's this infinite vibration that we're all connected to, and we're ever creating, we're ever manifesting, um, through our consciousness, through our awareness. And I was just thinking about like the Master Jesus when he said these three statements, and he was thinking like, I am the truth, I am the light, I am the way. And that I was thinking about like the eternal moment, the eternal truth, and that was true then as it is now. And this shows again a direct example of the spiritual wisdom that this vibration, this oneness vibration, there's no time, there's no separation. And it shows that these things, these vibrations, these things that were created or were like I said, that were true then are true now, like these ultimate truths, this ultimate wisdom. And it also shows again an example of when we talk about past cultures and past spiritual cultures like Lemuria and like Atlantis, they talk about, and like past lives, they show there's no separation in these past lives. um, they were their vibrations, their frequencies, they were manifested, they were created, we experienced them in our different sort of incarnations, and they're still vibrating, they're still sort of like, they can still be accessed now. There's no separation. And this is an awareness that, again, that this like eternal moment or eternal self is an infinite self, and it shows that it spreads over many different sort of incarnations, many different lifetimes, and many different lifetimes. As we're in this frequency now, this can be accessed then. And it shows again with the masters and the angels and the guides that they're around us now, that, and again, everything is vibration and frequency in this internal moment. And this is for all realities, all dimensions, all beings are part of this one vibration. And it shows again that at this time we have access to that. But it was also a direct sort of example of dimensions, frequencies, in that sense of like, people talk about five, like the dimensional realities. They talk about like 3D, 5D, 6D. Again, this is an example of this eternal moment, this eternal vibration, this oneness of vibration and frequency. And this is why I keep talking about the universal laws, like the universal law of oneness and the universal law of vibration and frequency. They're so important because they're like the foundation of all things. Like oneness is the foundation of all creation, of all vibration, all frequency, and we're all born of that. So we all vibrate, and we all create through that. We all create through and manifest with vibration and frequency. But this sense of the eternal truth and the eternal self, again, it shows there's no separation. And this is the awareness, and this is where ascension comes from. The ascension that we know that we're always connected, we're never disconnected. And like the masters, although they walked in physical incarnations, they're still connected as spiritual beings of light, and like light beings that are working with us, as with the angels and the spiritual teachers. And this is where like this sense of they talk about the great white brotherhood, which is a collective of universal teachers, of universal beings that bring information, wisdom and light, and guide, in a sense, humanity with this through their spiritual evolution, or the spiritual sort of growth. And this is where the universal law of rhythm and cycle comes in, because the cycles are the awareness, the consciousness that are coming in. And ascension is very much at the point of that. Ascension is going back to oneness. And this is what the ascension process is. It's vibrating and coming back and awakening and coming back to oneness, that we're all interconnected, and we're connected through source energy. And like the masters and the guides are around us, and each and every one of us has the ability in that eternal moment, that eternal self, to once again be connected, aligned, and bring consciousness and anchor consciousness and awareness through our channels, our light, to start to anchor energy onto this planet, so it's aligned, and it's again um, connected to the infinite realities. And then once again we become part of the spiritual design, where all realities, all dimensions, and all planets and all frequencies are all connected. And this is what this time's about. And this is why also I've been talking about the eternal self, in that sense of being in that infinite moment, that eternal moment is so important, because again this is where our awareness integrates with our higher selves, which is very much are still directly connected to the, source energy, but also the wisdom, and opens us up to start to receive insight and awareness, that we can start to bring wisdom and understanding and live in more spiritual way and express spiritual truths and wisdom. And again, this eternal moment is talking about eternal wisdom, eternal truths. And like I keep saying, like I've said before with the sending Master Jesus, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the light. That was as true. That was true then as it is now. It's infinite. There's no that vibration, that frequency, and that I am presence statement. So the I am presence again is the I am presence is this aspect of higher self that is a sort of like an expression, or a reflection of like that, not of like sort of like the infinite consciousness, the divine consciousness. And this is what this time's about, that we're starting to open up to that. We're starting to open up to that divine awareness, that divine consciousness again. So we walk as spirits, we walk as beings. And this is why I feel very much now in this time, for me, I'm being integrated with like that infinite self, and talking about eternal self, and talking about the higher self. I'm talking about that because it's time to integrate them, to awaken back to that spiritual awareness, that spiritual understanding, where we can start to apply wisdom and consciousness and awareness to our lives. So then we integrate the human self with the higher self, so we become these channels again to receive that is insight, this awareness, like we did in Lemuria and we did in Atlantis. But that those cultures that were expressing and vibrating in harmony with source energy and the infinite beings of wisdom and light, and again like the great white brotherhood, that are the collective of universal beings that are looking down and working with us to bring awareness, to awaken us again to our spiritual sort of essence, our spiritual sort of source energy, are here and working with us as we are all working. And it's all about again anchoring this consciousness for a frequency again. And this connects directly to the fifth dimension, which is heaven on earth. Heaven on earth is bringing back frequencies, and awakening to our spiritual selves. So we're then becoming these open channels to start to express and truly express our truths, and express our spiritual sort of qualities, and express our spiritual selves, our infinite selves, in this human experience. This is what this time's about, and this is what the insight and the awareness that we're being given. And this is why this time is such an exciting time, because once again we're aligning and we're awakening, and this is the ascension process, coming back to oneness.